Welcome back. Today we're covering Physics SL Paper 2, which is 1 hour and 30 minutes. It's 55 marks, 44% of your grade. This is the biggest single component of your Physics SL grade. You get your calculator and the data booklet. The paper has short answer questions and extended response questions. And now let's just talk about how to prepare for this paper and the study strategies that will maximize your marks.
So first, let us understand the structure. The paper starts with short answer questions, which make up most of it. These are structured questions that walk you through the problem step by step. Each part has a specific mark allocation, shown in small brackets at the side of your question. These marks are your guide. You have to look at these. These are not just if the question is worth it, but they help you with what you need to write. A 2-mark question needs 2 distinct points, maybe the calculation and the final answer. A 4-mark question, on the other hand, needs you to show your steps, for example. So use these marks to judge how much to write, and do not write paragraphs for a 1-mark question, but also don't just write one answer for the 5-mark question. Extended response, on the other hand, is a bit different. It comes at the end and is a longer question where you have to figure out all problems on your own. This often combines multiple topics, so you'll have to know beforehand all of the topics. You may have to make sure that you revise not only them separately, but also together to make sure that you know the combination of these and where theories collide.
So, study strategy number 1 is to practice past papers. Obviously, this is the single most important thing you can do for physics paper 2. More than reading notes, more than watching videos, more than making flashcards, past papers show you exactly what the examiners ask and exactly how they want you to answer. Do a past paper and then check the mark scheme, as the mark scheme shows you precisely what earns marks and what does not.
So the second study strategy is to learn how to show your working on every calculation. This is where students throw away easy marks, because even when the final answer is wrong, you can get a lot of method marks just for showing your calculations. Writing down the formula is always very important, because you might just get 1 point even when everything else is wrong. If you substitute in the values with actual units is very important, and showing your intermediate calculations. Even when you don't end up at the final answer, you can. If there is an error in any of these workings, do not worry, because you can still get points. And this is where you can shine in physics paper 2 by getting those method marks, and even when you don't know the final answer, just squeezing out the last ones.
For your overall revision plan, start with topics that you find the hardest. Do not revise the topics that you already know well, and don't avoid the hard ones. That might feel good, but it does not improve your grade. Identify your weakest topics by just doing a past paper and just identifying where you lost the most marks. Then spend some time revising those topics. Once you feel more confident, start doing full papers under time conditions to build your time management skills.
And it is very important that on exam day itself, manage your time very carefully. You got 90 minutes for 55 marks, which means roughly 1.5 minutes per mark. That means there is not a lot of time to think on questions. If you get stuck on a question, do not sit there for 10 minutes and start thinking about what you cannot solve. Mark it, move on, and then come back later, and you might get inspiration from somewhere. There are often easy marks scattered throughout the paper, and getting these is essential. Spending too long on one difficult question means you miss these easy marks elsewhere.
And finally, use your data booklet actively during the exam. When you read a question, immediately think about which formula applies to the question and find it in the data book.
So that is the Physics SL paper 2. Go do those past papers and you'll be ready.